What's going on, Gemini? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be your reading for the rest of February 2024. So in this reading, Gemini, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy for the rest of the month. We're going to take a look at some things you do not see coming. We're also going to get some advice from your angels and spirit guides for you, and so much more regarding the rest of February 2024. But before we begin this reading, Gemini, as always, I do want to take a moment to let you know that you are very welcome here in this space with me as we go through this reading, and I really do appreciate you in advance for taking the time to check this reading out, Gemini. So if this general reading does happen to resonate with you, definitely smash that like button, subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. I would also really appreciate that over here, Gemini. So without further ado, I'm going to pull the energy for you, and let's see what's coming your way for the rest of February 2024, Gemini. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides for overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Gemini. Let's go ahead and see what we got going on. So before we get into the tarot, let's go ahead and start this reading off, Gemini, with some pre-shuffled oracle cards from the universe. And these oracle cards contain the energy that you need more of for your own highest good in February. And the first one is the fourth house of home and family. And if you remember, for your 2024 yearly predictions reading, I said that there's something to do with your family that's very important. Either healing to your blood family or the family that you already, whether it's blood people or not, you're actually physically related or not, there's something going on in the year 2024 about you finding your soul tribe or healing relations within your literal family. And this seems to be the focus as well for February 2024. So you need to focus on the fourth house of home and family, and maybe not neglecting what you got going on in your home, because, you can either live in a house, you can either live in a shelter, or you can create a home frequency. And so whatever shelter that you lay your little head in at night, you want to make sure that you create a home. A home perhaps full of spiritual protection. Maybe you got to create a crystal grid around your house. Maybe you need to get a cat. Maybe you need to get a dog. Maybe you need to be nicer to your family members. Whatever it is, you need the fourth house of home and family. Now, the fourth house also has to do with, your ancestry. So maybe taking into account ancestral trauma, because I think it's so funny when people just go on and on about past life trauma, and I'm like, I can see your dead granny over your little head who is trying to scream at you to try to resolve this, because, family trauma pretty much trumps past life trauma from a certain perspective. And so I feel like this is really important. Now, the next energy that you need more of is Leo, which is the extrovert. So especially if you have a family member or if there's someone that you're living with who is a Leo, this is very important for you to deal with this energy. Now, the Leo energy is playful. It's all about being seen and things being very clear and, playful competition and all that stuff. So make sure that you're interacting with people who you share hopefully a home and not just a shelter with. But here's the thing that's more of a predictive thing as well. The next energy you also need more of is Pisces, which is the dreamer. So I feel here that there's definitely something about you mingling and being extroverted and perhaps meeting people who are spiritual, because Leo is the extrovert and Pisces is the spiritual energy. So perhaps you getting out of your comfort zone and talking with spiritual people may increase the likelihood that you find your soul family this year. Okay, now as well, definitely taking into account the spiritual bond that occurs between people when they share a home or they share ancestry. We have the same father, we have the same grandfather, and this is important. Some of you are dozing off. I can see you. I'm just gonna put on, I'm gonna put on something else. No, listen. There's something here about you understanding the spiritual power of a family and the clarity that can be brought into your life as a result of this frequency. So whether it's just you dreaming a better life for you and your family, in the home or whatever, or being extroverted to actually go out and find those people that will become your soul tribe and will become your soul family. And like I said, a lot of times on this channel, it seems like it can be black and white. I'm like, either stick with your blood family or go find out your soul family. What if you could do both? What if you could heal the relationships with your blood family and you could also find a soul family, and we could all do this because you're Gemini and you can see both sides. Right. So maybe it's not as extreme as I'm saying, but this is obviously what you need to dream a better home. And here's the thing as well. I really believe that a lot of my success is through visualizing my dream home. Like every night before I go to bed, I dream about my dream home and like what it's filled with, and it's almost like my life just gets shifted in that. So dreaming Pisces in the home is really taking into account the spiritual quality of your home. Sweep the floors, do the things that are necessary, and spiritual energy is not just about sitting there in some sort of dream state, but it's about cleaning the floors. It's about doing something practical is also what I feel. And so this is definitely law of attraction energy, Pisces. And I don't know, some of you know full well that the law of attraction is real, and then you sit there and you do nothing. Hey little boy. So let's go ahead and get into the reading, because there's definitely a lot of intensity for the rest of February, but let's just go along and see how the reading unfolds. Your opportunity is the Emperor, and so this is definitely you taking control of your reality. The Emperor is a combination of all four kings, and also it does represent Aries energy. So definitely your opportunity is to get masculine and to take some action and to do things that are very much so what a king would do, which is to get your frickin' house in order, you know what I mean? So the Emperor here. Now, some of you as well may be dealing with a very difficult situation with someone in love, especially, that you really feel is like your ideal. And so if you're a masculine Gemini listening to this, maybe you've found the girl that you could feel like, this is going to make me an emperor. Or if you're a female listening to this or whatever, then there's something about just the perfect physical fit as an opportunity in your life. However, it's like there needs to be, there's something going on that may be blocking this connection from coming into you. So if it's not to do with a person and your ideal love situation, then this is definitely you just bossing up and maybe making difficult changes. So you have the Emperor as your opportunity. We'll see why in a moment. It could be Aries. You also have the Three of Swords in your challenge. All right. And let's be honest. If you're an Emperor of any sorts, there's going to be days where you got to send some people to the gulag, okay? And it doesn't mean that you literally need to kill someone, but it does mean, I just feel like with the Emperor being in your opportunity and the Three of Swords being in your challenge, very difficult decisions, very difficult actions need to be taken by you for the rest of February to resolve whatever it is that you got going on in that Gemini brain. But obviously, for a lot of you, it's going to have to do with this idea of belonging, the fourth house, and Leo. And there could be something going on with this. So, I don't know, Gemini. Let's just continue here. Let's go ahead and look at your overall general energy for February. And it does look like, to me, something is coming to an end in terms of idealistic things. And this could be a very difficult love situation coming to an end for a lot of you. You have the Tower, the Knight of Cups, and the Ten of freaking Wands. So the Tower has to do with an end of a foundation coming, a foundation that has been in your life for a long time is now coming to a close. The Knight of Cups has to do with idealistic energy. It's a very romantic card. It's like the chivalrous knight in shining armor. But then you have right next to it the Ten of Swords. So for a lot of you here, I do feel like there could be someone that you're in love with that, there could be an ending with that really triggers you. And for a lot of you, there could be the feeling of why is it that the one that I want doesn't want me? Or something like there could be something about a very triggering, and how it manifests for you, I trust you with you, please use your own intuition, but I just feel like a very triggering love situation. And the Knight of Cups it doesn't have to necessarily be romantic as well. This can be the illusions or the dreams that you had about your own family, about, my daddy is the strongest man on the planet. Really? I'll knock your dad out in 2 seconds. And so, no, he's not. And that obviously is a joke, okay? But I'm just saying, whatever, maybe you had some sort of illusion that your parents are so smart and they're so successful and whatever. There's some sort of idealistic thing coming to an end. So maybe you thought someone was in love with you and you find out that they're not. Maybe this has something to do with your family and it's some sort of idealistic romantic vision ending. That's the overall general energy. And your opportunity is to not get all emotional about it. But obviously the challenge is to feel the pain. But I don't know, there really could be a heartbreaking experience. So let's continue. Now here's the thing. It looks to me like a lot of you are going to have a lot of happiness come in as a result of something, you letting something go and coming to an end. When it comes to what you don't see coming, I feel like you kind of exploring and going on your own, this is where your happiness is going to come in for you. So you have the Sun, you have the Nine of Pentacles, and you also have the Page of Wands in what you don't see coming. So once again, I'm painting kind of like this nightmare, dystopian, your reality is falling apart. But I feel like it's more of like an illusion is falling apart. And the Sun is all about clarity. There is no confusion. There is no mysticism with the Sun. And also the Sun is Leo energy, right? And so remember, Gemini, no matter what happens and what you don't see coming, remember, there's a reason why someone said that only those who are like children will enter the kingdom of heaven. And you see the child on this card, which is maintaining their innocence. And you also see the Page of Wands here, which is very childlike energy. And then you have the Nine of Pentacles, which is a very independent, financially independent energy. And I don't know why there's something about purity. And it's just coming to my mind that like the most powerful witches are always going to be virgins. Pallas Athene. Are they really? I don't know. But this is just bear with me here, Gemini. It's entertaining at the end of the day. But this is really going on. So here's the thing. In what you don't see coming, it's going to be better than you think. Whatever is going on as you're listening to this, especially as you're listening to this, like as I uploaded or in the beginning of February, there's going to be a moment of clarity that you are going to go on some sort of exploratory quest to bring clarity and independence into your life. So I do feel for a lot of you, if the fourth house of home and family is falling apart, maybe there's some sort of illusion, and maybe with the Pisces energy and the Leo energy, you do need to go out on a search for your true soul family. But like I said, don't let me saying that put you into cognitive dissonance where you just let everything go to crap with your current real family. No, it has to be both. But I do feel like there's this energy, Freudian slip, energy of independence coming into your life that's going to make you very happy. And here's the thing. Your opportunity is the Emperor. And obviously the Emperor has a kingdom. and ideally the Emperor has an Empress, but the Emperor is Aries energy, and Aries energy is independent energy. So it's kind of like the thing where if I don't like the traditions in my family, I'm going to create my own family and I'm going to create my own traditions. So that could also be the experience that you're having here. There could also be I don't know why I'm getting this. For some of you, it's like instead of dealing, like you really think it's all about your mystical past life issues, and it's really about your family and your ancestral trauma that you need to deal with, okay? But let's just continue here. I do think this month is going to be way better than how I'm portraying it to you. But I do feel like there could be this thing of unrequited love for some of you. I really feel that for some of you, you could have recently felt that you found someone who is the one or who is a really good match for you, and maybe there's something about it not working out in February. And I do feel like there's something about you having to move on. And don't... Here's the thing, Gemini. For those of you that are tripping about some sort of love and it's being, some of you may have a it's either that some of you could be having a realization that the one that you want doesn't want you, but some of you are going to be having a realization that you are in love with someone. That maybe you were not taking it seriously, and now all of a sudden it's like when something goes wrong with it, you realize you never know what you got until it's gone. Say what? So I'm holding on to it. Grab the moment, never let it go. It lasts forever. No, but that's literally the frequency that I'm feeling, is like you never know what you have until it's gone. And I remember like the first relationship that I was in like high school, I was just like the biggest like deadbeat boyfriend, and I basically was like dating this dime piece, what I consider a dime piece, and like it was like I was the biggest deadbeat boyfriend. I didn't know what I had until it left, and it was like this wave of like fear and like my own piece of shitness came over me, and I was like, I didn't know that I had until it's gone. So I do feel like a lot of you are going to be having that experience potentially. But even if you're having that experience, you have to remember that a human being is a pin drop, and the universe always sends someone. There are an infinite number of people who can satisfy you and who can make you happy in this life. And until you're okay with just being with yourself, it's going to be really hard for you to enter into any sort of fourth house, home and family, Leo, Pisces thing in a healthy way. It's almost like this idea of you first have to fill up your own cup before you can fill up anyone else's. So maybe some of you are I do feel, here's the thing, Gemini. Here's the thing. Are you listening to me? Here's the thing. You're either tripping out about your family or you're tripping out about a past love that you think is the one. No, you're not even happy on your own. You think they're going to make you happy? You're going to make them miserable. Here's the thing that I'm telling you. You, in what you don't see coming, are going to be going out on your own individual quest. The Sun, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Page of Wands. I don't really see anything about boyfriend, girlfriend, family. I see individual exploration. And here's the advice. The advice is the Four of Cups, the Six of Wands, and also the Six of Swords. So in some sort of way, I mean, the advice is to stop trying, or stop thinking about how bad it is that now you're disconnected from your family that you thought was so idealistic. My daddy is the strongest person in the world. Or this person is my soulmate. Yo, even if they were, if you're not happy right now, you're not going to be able to experience that energy to the best possible way anyway. So I feel like because this is the advice here, I also feel like there's an experience of, you have the Six of Wands, which is about public victory, and I feel like your true success is going to come as a result of you not externalizing your power, and it's like a very big paradox frequency that is coming. Like the frequency that like you need to be in is like everything. Like here's what I would just say: everything comes to me because I literally want nothing. And so maybe you need to stop tripping out, and you need to boss up and be a Spartan who gets sent at 7 years old with a single spear into the woods, and you have to fight a wolf. Maybe that's just better. And so there's definitely something about disconnecting here from a public image, whether it's like your own dream of like, you know, your family needs to look good, or you need this person, you need to be with this person so they make you look good. And make sure that you're not involved in something that is just on paper, keeping up with the Joneses, as they say. And make sure you're not tripping because you're just trying to create a situation that looks good, even though it's because something's coming to an end. I guarantee you that. With the Tower and the Ten of Wands, something is coming to an end. So with that being said, let's go ahead and start clarifying this reading. Ooh. All right, let's go ahead and clarify why the Tower is here in your overall general energy. And I could say that about my daddy. Hey, God, you're the best. Well, maybe there's like, we're just in one snow globe, and what we think is like God is actually just like a microorganism, and the macrocosm is the microcosm. It's all a frequency, folks. Just why? Why is the Tower here in your overall general energy? Empress? Three of Cups. This could be a crush that you have on some, because, you know, the Knight of Cups is a crush energy. It's someone who is like, so this could be as simple as like you have a crush on someone and they're with someone else and it really just bothers you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm making it out to be Mr. Dramatic show. But it can just please curate the frequency that I'm saying to you. Oh, here's the thing. The Tower is clarified by the Empress and the Three of Cups. All right. And so in some sort of way, this could have to do with... it's interesting to me that the Emperor is your opportunity. And the Empress is clarifying the Tower to the Three of Cups. For a lot of you, there could be a third-party situation involving the person that you have a crush on, or involving the person that you want to be with in love, or involving people that you want to create a soul family with, or involving your literal family, to where you feel that there's some sort of thing involving a lot of people here. Or if it's not involving a lot of people, I feel like some sort of foundation is blowing up. This could even have to do with like your mother and your sister, or, you know, there's just something about... It's just standing out to me, Gemini. I'm not really connecting to it fully. But why would the Tower be clarified by the Empress and then your opportunity be the Emperor? Maybe there's relationships falling apart for you that are going to lead to the true love that you deserve, you know? And so it's a very interesting frequency, Gemini. But let's just continue here to get more information, because, I don't know, I didn't really... Let's just see where the Three of Swords is in your challenge. And like... Yeah, once again, there really could be a frequency of... Okay, I'm sorry. There could be a frequency of something that was casual that all of a sudden you wanted to be serious. Like I said, like the first girlfriend ever I had, I was like, casual, whatever. Child's play. And then like as soon as like the breakup happened, I was like... My Empress, oh my god. And this is all, by the way, a human psychological drama, so perhaps maybe for some of you, the solution to this is to go out into the Tibetan mountains and to make monks your family. No, don't do that. Pussy! Stay in New Jersey! Okay? So, here's the thing. Stay in New Jersey. But here's the thing. There could be something about casual and serious. And for others of you, it's even more of a paradoxical trip that there's something about you thought your family was serious, Empress energy. The Tower comes in and you realize that this is the Three of Cups. You're just dealing with your mother is a 60-year-old professor, and you realize that it's just the energy of like a 3-year-old girl, and so your illusion of your boss queen mother is destroyed. What? I mean, I'm just trying to walk you home. It'll all be over soon, folks. We're all gonna die. But anyway, this is not me coping. Let's stop coping. But I understand that you enjoy the cope. You enjoy when I cope. So it's kind of, am I coping then? These are all things that we must understand. I mean, hey, like the Long Island gods must figure out, is Tim Dillon really gay? Is Jordan Belfort still really rich? And is the autistic mystic autistic? These are all questions that the Long Island gods will be discussing at night. We might have to edit that part out, but nope, because no one knows what it means. So let's go ahead and clarify why the Three of Swords is here in your challenge. And half of the stuff that I say is just to confuse you, baby, because my Mercury is in the 8th house of Osho, and my whole job is to confuse you, baby. Yeah, I mean, whatever it is, it's... the Three of Swords is clarified by the Ten of Wands. Interestingly enough, the Ten of Wands is also in your overall general energy here. And the Ten of Wands has to do with, too much passion. It has to do with too much passion coming to an end, or a burden. And here's the thing. Whatever you think is going to be so great, if you could just fix it, or if you could just go back to when you thought your family was gods. Here's the thing. I feel like... Hold on. You know what? I had a download. It was such a potent download. But, it just kind of went away. So maybe I wasn't meant to say it. But what I can tell you it had to do with... The frequency that I was just about to say is in what you don't see coming, it's all about you being a little bit more independent or interdependent. Because once again, in what you don't see coming, it's like the Sun, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Page of Wands. You need to go out and explore. You need to be more independent, and you need to be happy. Only those who are like a child will enter the kingdom of heaven. And that's why I said the whole thing about if you want to be a true witch, then you got to keep your virginity. And maybe you're just more creative with that. See, bye.